Hello everyone, my name is Jefferson. I want to ask you a question. Do you think the American tax system is fair to everyone?
No.
When I mean everyone, I mean the lower class, the middle class, and the upper class. Um, First, the American tax system has failed us. It has failed the middle class, the lower class, and has instead supported and helped the upper class retain and maintain their wealth and riches. And I mean the upper class, I mean the top 1%, the people that makes the most money in this country, the business owners that makes millions upon millions of dollars of profit. In today's society, we see the government take from the lower class, the middle class, and redistributes these funds to the top upper class to fund their very business that has infested and ruined the American financial system, giving them grants to run their businesses while we pick up the tabs for them avoiding paying their fair share of taxes. I want to pose a question to my audience. Do you think there should be a multiple taxation system in in America that puts financial burdens on the lower and middle class and helps the rich? The answer is no. First, what is taxation? Why does it exist? Taxation dates back to millennia ago. It's a system where the government has the right to take certain amount of money from its citizens or anyone earning income within its borders to pay for government expenses and expenditures. This should be one set of tax system that does not exempt anyone regardless of your social status or your socioeconomic class in the society, and should be equal with no bias. The American system is called a progressive taxation system, which literally means the rich pay higher taxes based on how much income they earn. You know, they earn the higher income. The middle class pay their fair share, and the poor pay no income tax or less income tax. But this is not what a tax system represents today. The definition of progressive taxation has nothing to do with the American tax system as of right now, because of so many loopholes that's in the system and has been taken advantage of by the upper class. I want you to understand that the very people that made this law or this system of taxation are not your regular lower class or middle class citizens. They are your upper class and the rich citizens that has designed this system and also made these loopholes to help protect their finances and their wealth. These loopholes have existed for decades, for years, for even centuries, which should give our American lawmakers and officials time to figure out these problems, these loopholes, and fix it so we as a nation can have a smooth journey without anyone being screwed up. The lower class pays less or no taxes, the middle class pay their fair share, and the upper class is supposed to pay more, but that's a different story in our society today. The upper class take advantage of the loopholes in the tax system, which is difficult to identify or even understand, from a layman's point of view, because these rich individuals, they have the wealth and the time to afford attorneys and tax experts to help, look into these loopholes and take advantage of the system. A good example is our current president of the United States, who stated that he avoided paying taxes for about a decade, and which is not illegal. It was just being smart enough to figure out the loophole in the system and took advantage of it. Another classic example of these loopholes for the upper class is what we call investments. These upper class citizens, instead of whatever money they made, instead of paying their fair share of the taxes, they rather invest that money and make profit, like buying stocks from the stock market. And this money is, if for example you spend $1,000 in stocks and make $1 million, you're not going to be taxed the full amount from the $1 million, because the profit you made from the $1,000 is not regarded as an income, is regarded as profit. Whereas if you spend $1,000 gambling or playing the lottery and win $1 million, you're going to be taxed the full amount as an income. And that is a loophole that needs to be fixed. These people also take advantages in write-offs, losses in the business, and they claim these things in the federal income tax, and at the end of the day they don't pay their fair share, and who have to pick up the tabs for where they've left off? It's the middle class. Another thing I want to talk about is sales tax and state tax. This is something I consider double taxation. I feel like it's illegal. We have one United States and one United States government which is responsible for taxing the population, and there should be no reason why we should be taxed on our already taxed income on any services we purchase or items we buy in the name of sales tax or state tax. We have for example, we have the United States government giving financial aid to other countries. Other countries funding Wall Street, big corporations, and spending money on military gadgets, fighting on reasonable and non-existent wars, why our healthcare system is broken, or why our infrastructures is not up to date, or why our educational system is behind. If all the money cannot be well accounted for and be spent in the United States for the Americans, there should be no double taxation. Sales tax should be illegal because the government still and continues to tax our already taxed income. And we also need our lawmakers to get to work and fix these loopholes, these gaps in the tax system. And in conclusion, I want to say that the system of taxation in the United States of America is not fair, especially to the lower class and the middle class. It just targets the lower class and mostly the middle class, and we need Congress to work and act and get the country going in one piece. Thank you very much. That's the end of my speech.